Hey guys, Felix Jones and Lego Cheetah here, and basically my laptop is at the repairs, and so I can't really use my lovely new camera because the editing system is on there, and it's probably going to be gone for like 2 weeks, which is really annoying because I already wanted to get my latest pop culture alcoholic review out, and there's always something, isn't there? Anyway, aside from that, let's get on back with the review of The Revenant. Well, Revenant, I'm a very big fan of Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu after Birdman, which I have watched about a dozen times in the last 2 to 3 months, and yeah, basically it's one of my new all-time favorite. Oh yeah, but I should probably explain, because my camera is at the makers. I've also just sort of decided to go hang with because my laptop's at the makers. Decided to go hang with the camera, and I'm just recording this in my bed the morning after having been out. Anyway, not very visually interesting, I know, but here you got to take the rough with the smooth, I suppose. Anyway, where was I? It's probably not going to be a huge review anyway. The film is very lengthy. It's a classic sort of survival slash revenge flick, and as survival and revenge flicks go, it's quite entertaining. It's the story of Leonardo DiCaprio, who is trapped in a barren wasteland whilst surrounded by Native Americans who potentially want to kill him, French people who want to kill him, and his troops abandon him. Generally, it's relatively tense. I mean, it was never nail biting as per se, but still it kept me very invested. A beautifully shot film, as I expected, and Leonardo DiCaprio, pretty damn good. He's fine. He's pretty damn fine. I mean, you could theoretically have replaced him with any other Oscar award-winning actor because the part isn't a particularly distinctive one. You know, he doesn't play any particular character at all. But apart from, of the he does obviously play a character. My point being that it's not the most distinctive character. It's not somebody who he brings a hell of a lot of charisma to necessarily, or his looks aren't necessarily what he's riding on. He doesn't do a bad accent. Anyway, enough of that. Tom Hardy is in this movie, as you would have heard. Oh, by the way, Domhnall Gleeson, will you please leave a leading role in a big blockbuster movie for the rest of us, please? I mean, he's just in fucking everything at the moment. I have to be honest, this is my favourite performance of his to date. After Star Wars and About Time and all the other shit that he's been appearing in, just pretty much non-stop, Harry Potter and everything. Yeah, this is definitely my favourite performance of his. It's quite motivated. He's not in it as much as I actually probably would have liked in the end, but all the same, it's definitely his best. His best. So if you're a Domhnall Gleeson fan, I would recommend that. Um, yeah. So Tom Hardy is in this film, and his character I was not very impressed with. Firstly, I think he is just like he's basically doing the character he played in Peaky Blinders, but again, sort of like generic violent asshole, not very likable. He's constantly got his mouth hanging open, and he's saying just all the worst things to all the worst moments to be an asshole. And yeah, it's not like a for an actor who I know is very what's the word I'm looking for? Who's very well, he's got a diverse range. He's very God, I'm gonna kick myself when this word comes to me. Anyway, all the same, he can be placed in a series of very different roles, and he comes very well to it, and I'm really gonna kick myself. Anyway, I know that he can do a myriad of that's a great word, a myriad of different really appealing parts, and so it's just annoying to see him do one that I feel like I've already seen. And secondly, he is just a classic case of somebody taking to their put on accent in a film with a bit too much aplomb, a bit too much panache for my liking. I cannot understand a word he is saying at points. And if you're American, maybe you do. And to be fair, I can understand that issue coming up when we're talking about, films the other way around. I bet if a lot of Americans saw Legend, they probably didn't have any idea what Tom Hardy was saying in that. That's not a great example because I don't think a lot of people knew what Tom Hardy was saying in that film. Very hard to understand in that film. Anyway, um, except unless you a Londoner maybe, then you probably got every single word without subtitles. Um, so yeah, that's not great. I could have expected a lot more. And speaking of beautifully shot, it is still a beautifully shot film. I'm getting a bit sick of the snow motif. I mean, I do not need. I'm gonna have to watch The Hateful Eight probably today or tomorrow, and that means I'm just gonna be looking at so much more snow. Oh, can't wait to see Tim Roth in that film. Can't wait. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much the long and the short of it at the moment. I it's not it's visually appealing, but get used to seeing a lot of white because of the snow. Also, a lot of focus on the white characters in this movie. I feel like, if we made this film about a Native American in who was struggling, that might have been fighting for his survival. That might have been really interesting, and plus we'd have got to see a side of another culture that we're not necessarily familiar with, but instead we're just seeing boring white man because it's easy to sympathize with him because white is still the dominating class. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, I won't talk about that right now. All the same, there was just more than I could have expected from this movie. The symbolism, I'm not even going to bother going into because it's still got an art housey feel to the extent that there are metaphors that could be read into. I'm not going to read into them in this review, but I'll leave that down to you because obviously, with an art house film, we're all going to have our individual interpretations. It's really not worth getting bogged down in arguments over, you know, like with Birdman. It's not worth getting bogged down into arguments about what everything symbolizes and what really happens and what doesn't. It's an exercise. I mean, it's an interesting discussion, but it also is just it's fuel for a flame war that I have no interest in having. Anyway, this has actually been quite lengthy for something that I've recorded entirely inside my duvet. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Felix Jones, and I'm going to go back to bed now. See you later, all my viewers. I love you all very much, and thanks for watching. Hopefully, I will have my next review out as soon as possible. I really am just waiting to get my laptop back. I backed everything up. I've still got all the raw footage, so don't worry about that. That's definitely backed up. I thought I had the files backed up, but I can't find my external hard drive anywhere. Really annoying. I really do have to keep better track of things. I mean, you wouldn't believe I got my laptop caught in a car door. In a car fucking door. But yeah, as soon as I get it back, I'm going to finish my editing, get the next review up as soon as possible. Really, I am just trying to juggle uni work and my reviews, and it's just been a bit sort of intense at the moment. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and goodbye.